Okay, what we're looking at is Leviticus chapter 26. And just real quick here about Leviticus, it is a perfect match for atrahasis. And this is what you want to Google or look up. The information that I'm bringing it from is going to be out of this book right here, which does have importance. And these will be myths from Mesopotamia, creation, the flood, Gilgamesh, and others. And then, of course, right here on the front, what do we have? A depiction of the very same epic Sumerian gods, Babylonian Sumerian gods, exactly what we have depicted on the dinar, which is an exact perfect match for Isaiah chapter 34. There's nobody that can refute it. Nobody. And it's not like I'm trying to challenge everybody all the time, but I'm pretty sick and tired of these ignorant people trying to stop the flow of truth. We don't have much time. So you need to drop your pride. You need to drop your worship of the letter. Take up the worship of Jesus Christ. And if you can't take up the worship of Jesus Christ, we'll take up the respect for the absolute truth. Because that's exactly what it is. So whether you can understand what the Bible is all about or not, I do. And I can show you the understanding of the matter if you drop your traditional blinders. If you stop the arrogance, if you stop the pride, if you let us all come together and work together. There's a huge amount of people on this comments page that know it's exactly what's going on, and they're supporting this through multiple levels of perception. And you should take a good look at some of the comments from some of these people on here and watch how they are supporting this information 100% perfectly. So we have the exact same gods, the same representation of the same histories found in Isaiah chapter 34. Now all we have to do is show you that Leviticus chapter 26 is a perfect match for this understanding in atrahasis, which is depopulation event. Now, as I told you here in Leviticus, Leviticus is going to represent something that has taken place to be perceived in the ancient past, and which it has. Because the code to Leviticus is these sevens. Then will I also walk contrary unto you, and will punish you yet 7 times for your sins. Well, I've already uncovered what that is. Those are to be 7 cyclic judgment periods that take place from the Garden of Eden event until Armageddon, or until around the time of December 21st, 2012. I've already broke down the ages. I've already understand how the equation works. I put it up on a series entitled The Start Date for the Garden of Eden is 36,288 BC. And there, where I tell you where the date comes from, I tell you how I arrive at the Eden date, and then I break down that the Hebrew world ages are equaling 5,040 years as to be almost a perfect match for the Mayan world age of 5,125, with both of them just so happen to end and start in serpent destruction. This Leviticus tale is telling you that it's prophesied by the fallen prince of this world that he is going to judge the world at 7 separate world age periods. Well, these 7 separate world age periods just so happen to match the rising of the 7 chakras of the Kundalini, the rising Kundalini serpent, of which he is the rising Kundalini serpent, which has been rising through each of these 7 world age cycles, stage by stage, with the chakric energy, as he's been able to raise the vibratory ego energy towards himself. And now everybody else now is raising their vibrations, thinking that's the thing to do because they're gods. All you're doing is feeding the ego, your own ego, and his ego, which is going into the vibrational distortion field, which is breaking down the Earth's seal, which would be governed by the 19.5 tetrahedron. So what I tell you is not just coming from a biblical source, it's coming from an extra biblical source. And all of this is equationally sound and works with our known sciences of the day. So what we're seeing is that at this point in this period right now, we are right before the 7th and final cyclic judgment, of course, that this fallen prince plans to bring upon the world. And let's just look at one portion of it. I will also send wild beasts among you, which shall rob you of your children and destroy your cattle. So what we find is that they want us to believe that our God is going to send us these wild beasts among us. This is the Sumerian version. Not give birth successfully. Let there be the Pashitu demon among you to snatch the baby from its mother's lap. The exact same thing.